Why is Neep on the European server? There's more pro gamers in Europe. So, generally speaking, the skill level is a little bit higher in Europe. And a lot of the pros from NA want to practice with the guys from Europe, so they will play on the European ladder as well. That guy sent out the probe so early he could block out a 16 hatch. That's a cheeky one. So basically what he did right there is send out the probe before even putting down a pylon. Otherwise he can't block it in time. There's a legend that EU gamers are more BM. Really? All I've ever encountered in StarCraft is lovely people that wish me a great day and such. Never any BM whatsoever, dude. Never. Never on the EU server, never on the NA server. I've never actually encountered any, like, BM on the Asian server, but that might be because I don't really speak the language. And I have no idea what they're saying. That might be reason, though. But I've never encountered any BM there, so... Wow, he went Nexus first. Cheeky one. So, robotics facility. Very good. Now, this always gets a little bit complicated macro-wise, because there's just a lot of things that are going not as smoothly here. But overall, it shouldn't have a massive impact macro-wise. Obviously, him making that base pretty early, though, does make it a little harder macro-wise. Because he's gonna have more chrono boost available, and with that, more workers. Pretty risky as well to go for a freaking Nexus first on the smallest map in the map pool. He's playing very greedy, by the way, so I gotta be cautious. Kinda wanna see if I can get a glimpse of his gases in the natural. No gas. It's getting a gas right now, and I kind of feel like that's a meme gas. Is it? No, it's not. I don't think it is anymore. Hope I didn't overdrone. Yeah. A little worried about this, actually. I kind of assumed he would go ahead and take a third. Okay, he's trying to take a third right now. That's very good. So at this point, it's very hard for me to know if he's still making workers. No, he's not. Or he's not actually doing anything cheeky. Second robo.
I think I'm gonna do a bit of a push here. Kinda have to do something, I guess. What? You can't go through there? That's so dumb. I never saturated these? Ouchie. Oh, wow. Okay. Very nice. Okay. I never really got a whole lot of hive tech upgrades though. It all kind of sucks. Did kill a lot over there though. This map is always difficult for expanding to me because I never really know where I should go next. Ooh, never got the Hydra ranged upgrade? Okay, that doesn't help. Would be nice if Storm didn't do about 1 million damage. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind that.
Well, not gonna get anything done over there. That I can live with. Oh, really? Does he actually clean that up? I can't believe it. I did not think he was going to be able to clean that up. Yeah, there were a lot of observers there. I sniped like 2, but there must have been more. Oh, now he's got 5 base? Really? Okay, we're gonna go for a big attack wave here once again in a sec. Dude, this guy's everywhere.
New subscriber detected.
Did kill a lot of his army once again. Leaving a lot of units behind right now as well. Okay, I don't think he's gonna counterattack. Oh no, he is. I was gonna say this would be manageable otherwise. I literally just sent everything across. Like literally 2 seconds. No base over there.
New subscriber detected.
Gonna have to go back. Oh no. I don't know, guys. Protoss is pretty good. Pretty good player. Can't get a freaking base, man. He can't have that much anymore himself either, though. So I think actually going back to a bunch more Hydras isn't necessarily a terrible idea. Although he did just grab a base over here, apparently. What? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that'd be crazy. Thing is, guys, I don't have mining anymore, and my opponent still has 2 bases. I don't really see myself getting this base up and running either. I did so much work to this guy, but I think we're dead. Sucks though, man. I feel like I was really far ahead. This is just, generally speaking, what my late game runs into though. I pretty much always lose late game. Although I guess we're back to mid game armies now. Ugh. Yeah, so he's got more income than me, and I can't take another base. So it's basically me just drying out. This was one of the best games of Protoss versus Zerg I've played recently, and I really feel like I played my heart out. But in the end, my opponent is gonna be victorious. I really thought I was gonna win that one. I had some really good surrounds there, but I guess his economy was just bigger. And in the end, it was just too much. No, Storm is not OP, man. That's just such a stupid notion. My opponent played really, really, really well here. Yes, Storm is a good spell. And yes, balance is a thing. But in the end, he just played better than me, right? This round over here, though, put me in such a phenomenal spot, right? I absolutely smashed his army. Still, though, this is already the point where my opponent ended up getting up to 5 base. So, rather than immediately capitalizing, I figured, you know what? I'm gonna get a Greater Spire out and, you know, win then. And I figured that would be really nice. I think this fight over here was not very good for me. I wanted to do a split push where I'm pushing from 2 different angles. Up to this point, I really was in a phenomenal spot. Like, up to this point, really think I could have won. If I would play this from this exact same position once again. But he played extremely well, right? So I tried to basically set up like a surround, I suppose, with my lurkers. And in the end, I end up losing way more here than I should have. So at this point, resources lost-wise are pretty much even, right? It's a little bit in his favor, but I've been mining quite a lot. So it's all good. But since I can't micro this fight since I'm dealing with run-bys and all that, I end up not really having the best engagement over here. A couple lurkers weren't even burrowed, apparently. I didn't realize that. And then eventually his warpins managed to clean all of that up. I think in retrospect, I should have pushed more conservatively. Lurkers by themselves never do very well. I should have pushed either like more conservatively or waited until Brute Lords were out. Because right now I've basically reset the skills, right? It was very heavily in my favor, but now I've sort of reset it. Now I get another great moment here with the Brute Lord switch. He was still making a lot of Immortals and stuff, and then he pushes towards the top right-hand corner, which he was obviously doing to try and get as much distance between me and his army when he recalls. But I still felt like that fight was really good for me. So the Brutes right now are here. But this is once again 5 base Protoss, right? And 5 base Protoss is really scary. His run-bys, always doing work. Felt like I did a pretty good job though, holding on here. And I do end up killing the vast majority of his high-value units, right? I kill so much here. In the meantime, I do end up losing a couple more drones there, but obviously this buys him time to go up towards the carrier and the Tempest deck. Alright, so I figured, okay, since I'm at this point in the game right now, what I should probably do is do a counterattack and see if I can end with Battlecruisers. Basically what, or not Battlecruisers, Brute Lords. And then in the end, he ends up having more Stormy boys out, and I take a couple bad storms later on. And it basically ends right then and there. I get into this situation though quite regularly. He took that base? Wow. I should have checked for that, to be honest. I didn't realize that. Still thought I was gonna win here as well, though, but, like, you know. Storm's right there. Because I was trying to, like, defend against my bases at home. And in the end, he manages to hold on with reinforcements. Tough loss, guys. Very tough loss, but I'm happy with the way I played this out. It's just that after playing StarCraft for like 9 years, Zerg versus Protoss late game, it's always been slippery. It's always been very slippery. Like, it takes... I feel like I have to take one misstep, and then I die. That's kind of what it feels like in a late game. And obviously, there's a lot of room for improvement here. But it only takes a couple storms from Protoss to turn the tides once again, right? Now, I think one theme, though, that we can see here in this game is that I keep overextending. Yes, I get an advantage. But then I somehow, some way, seem to refuse to go home. Maybe I'm playing a little bit too stubbornly here. I think what I should really do is head back home earlier. Because I know that this is going to happen as well. I think I may have said it as well. Maybe some slightly salty tones. That I was feeling like I was in a really good spot, but... Yeah, so I figured, you know what? Okay, so everything has been reduced to low eco, right? Maybe I can get a big surround out and still clean up his army, which I end up doing here. But, yeah, there's just more economy for Protoss, and therefore more resources to spend money on more units. Even though I get the queens off of or into the engagement as well, off of creep, it just simply was a little bit too much. Maybe I should have gone back to Brute Lords at this point. I think I should. But that, like, decision is pretty tricky to make, right? Because I still see that there's Tempest out and all that. In the end, yeah, my opponent played better than me in the late game. I overextended several times, which I think is bad. And I also didn't do as good of a job denying him his bases as I could have. So well done by my opponent. GG's.